No ties.
It's showtime.
OnlySlabs.
Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here for the Great Wall of Comics. It's Slabber Day. We bring in Chris over there, the comic vet, and it's time for our 2024 slab review, our top 10 slab pickups for the two of us. We'll be going through this. The criteria, of course, just to recap, set the level of expectation for everybody. It had to be a book that we picked up and is slabbed this year. Couldn't have picked it up. It's not a book that we picked up last year and had slabbed this year. It had to be acquired this year. Now, it could have been acquired raw as long as it was slabbed, also acquired this year and slabbed this year, or it was a slab altogether. Interestingly enough, I went back and looked at our mid-year talk, and I had mentioned in that there were a couple books that were not eligible because they were CGC or my press or whatever. Would you believe that those damn books are still in CGC?
Oh no! I didn't expect my first words to be "oh no" for the show, but I literally just went through it too to see what my top 5 and Rob, we both did have honorable mentions, and I was like, okay, now are these top 5 still going to be in this order? Because things change,
Right.
and also are those 5 still going to make this list? Because if people watch those, there was a book that I pulled that I really enjoyed, but Rob loved just off the base of the character. So I was kind of wondering, okay, is this actually now going to jump a little bit? Because I've now fallen in love with the character to the point where, I shouldn't say to the point because Rob loves this character, but I'm getting to that point where I really enjoyed this character, picking up some of her back issues. But so again, the criteria, Rob, is the book had to be picked up raw this year.
Raw or slabbed.
Or slab this year.
Yeah.
Now a book, if it was a book that either one of us had from our childhoods and got slabbed this year, it doesn't qualify.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Unless you repurchased the book this year, like an upgrade or something. But yeah.
Okay. No. So then I'm going to remove Dazzler.
Yeah. Yeah. Books that we already had that we just got slabbed this year didn't count. It had to be an acquisition. So that meant that rules out certain things I had. Of course, stuff that I acquired that still is raw and still at CGC. Those things continue to sit out there, which kind of sucks. But we'll get into some of the books, a quick, maybe a couple of the books that didn't quite make the cut for us in just a moment. But we do want to make sure that we not forget that we have to say hello to the chat. So let's do Romper Room.
Romper Bomper, Stomper Boo, tell me, do. Magic Mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play?
Well, I certainly hope that they will, because Liz Crucius is here. Hooray! TM Nerdy dropping in to say happy holidays. We're really excited. I think he won some stuff during one of my giveaways, either on this show or a different show. I sent it to him, but it got caught up in in your guys' postal strike.
Yes.
And he's been waiting and waiting and waiting. He finally got news that it has moved through customs and is on his way to him. So that's great to hear.
That is great.
Marty Alechko, happy Slabber Day from Canada, everyone. The Omnibo, he stayed awake all night to watch at 6 a.m. Nice. So I was on with Bo not too long ago. It was 10 p.m. my time. So just 13 hours ago, I was on with the gentleman for a 2-hour stint. It was great. Go check out Aussieverse. You can see that we talk everything from slabs to collecting comics to comics curing cancer to all the stuff there. Even packing, how to pack shit. The Adventurous Joe, how you doing in the final Slabber Day of 2024? This is true. Me, Grimlock, smash button because you guys deserve support. Yes, very good. Me, Grimlock, smash button like Optimus Prime. Let's see here. Canadian Survivalist, how you doing? Thanks for swinging on by. Wayne Deacon, how you doing? Checking in. Wellbore, hey. Canadian Survivalist. Did I just say? I don't know. I'm losing track already. My brain is fried.
All right, we'll straighten it with Cat Fan. There we go.
Hello and happy Slabalicious Saturday to Rob and Chris. Thank you there, Cat Fan Comics Man. Let's see here. Christina Payne. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming on by. Who else? We gotta say hello to Dr. Von Hoot. Good evening, all. No Parliament of Mouths today. He's trying to sleep. I hope that Badger got a chance to open up their Christmas present and enjoyed it. See who else? We say hello to Jay Knows the Way. SERP people.
It happens.
It's either a typo or we can go, is it a typo because it's sup people, or is he talking to Canada and he's trying to say syrup peeps?
He would have got the Y in there somehow.
Either way, we enjoy having the opportunity to discuss this because it happens to all of us. It's not like none of us have never had a typo or not even a typo or just hit the wrong button because of freaking you're on the phone. And those itty bitty buttons with big, huge thumbs just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Cliff on Comics. Hello, sir. Let's see here. We said hello to Will. John's Comics with Kids swinging by. Hello, all. Anachronic Comics. Thank you for the Christmas card, sir. Sure. Taylor Winder. Hey, nerds. Hello to you, sir. Phil Alien swinging by and saying hello. Austin LeMay, hey gang. Mad Spidey is here, in case you were afraid. He's been up for a bit. He was over on the G-Man show hanging or in the chat. It was like 3:00 in the morning his time. I don't know what he was doing. Insomnia is striking, I suppose. Dale of Suspense, hello, dropping a bunch of emojis. Thank you so much. Marty Alechko swinging by. Happy New Year. And cancer still sucks. This is very much true. And as usual, here you go, Marty. Collecting with Durs swinging by to say hello to all the legends. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Let's cruise. Kenneth Bird. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, sir. And Jay Knows the Way. Hello. Said hello to Adventurous Joe, I believe. But just in case, Lucky J Slats. Hey now. DVH dropping final one episode of the year. Good luck, Chris. Slabs are still cool and cancer still sucks. There we go. And there you go, sir. This one's for you.
Beautiful bean footage.
Right, Riley, what's up, cool people? Especially further north you are, it's cool. Here, it's actually kind of warm. It's in the
today's a decent day here. It's like plus 11 Celsius.
Okay,
it's like that's like 50s, I'm presuming.
Yeah, I think because it's like around 18 or something right now here, so it's not bad. All right, let's see what we got here. We got which for those of you in America is like 65 degrees or something like that. I don't know. Let's see here. Ronnie Johnston. He's been battling the Christmas cough. I have heard this. A lot of people got sick this holidays. It's that whole getting together with family members that you don't know and little kids and all the other stuff. And I was very happy to stay home and not have to deal with any of that. Plus, also like people who go to church. The churches have 5 times the people that are normally there. So all of a sudden, a lot more stuff going around. And
Very
the
true.
Dead Man Comics cover shows. Hello. Let's see here. We got. Make sure we say hello. The real James Willie, not that fake James Willie. Yep. JSS Brooklyn. Hello. Thank you for coming on by. Let's see here. I vote for Chris so that he gets at least 1 vote today and doesn't cry.
It's not a competition.
Oh, goodness gracious. Nick's Kicks and Comics. Hey, yo. Just here for the giveaways.
At least he's
fair.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. You're here anyways. Your watch hours count the same. Johnny's 5 Alive. Hey now, everyone. And let's see who else we got here. Boom. Dropping the 2 pounds. Not got her present yet, sir. We will vid it. Oh, nice. You're making the poor kid sit there knowing they've got a present that hasn't been opened. I applaud your evilness and torturous intent towards children. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Jay knows the way. Let's see here. Who else want to say hello to? Anybody else we're missing? So I'm scrolling through. Oh, Crimson Terror 85. Hello, all Slabber Day lovers, and hello to you. And 23 Munch swinging on by. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. And Timothy PJR. Hello, all. The Izzyverse. Chris has been begging for votes for months now.
Different thing. Different thing. Different thing. And I won that. Well, thank you to everyone that voted.
I know you have a great collection, but seriously, I mean, some of the people that got knocked out, I mean, come on, honestly. I mean,
the people have spoken, Rob.
I didn't even make it out of the first round.
But did you know about it, though?
No, I had no idea.
If you didn't know, you can't.
I had no
you
clue.
Didn't know.
Until after the fact. And I was like, oh, what? How does this happen?
Shout out to Son of Crom, who had his Comic Kumite for the year end 2024. But yeah, again, that was a lot of fun. And it was a nice way to do a grow together.
Down here. Good afternoon, all. Says Flash by Night Comics. John Chemics Avalon. Happy Slabber Day, everyone. All right, I think we're caught up now. We've seen everybody. My dog is over here pestering me like, you've already been fed, dog, and I'm live. Now is not the time. Go bug somebody who actually gives you attention. Sorry. She's still sitting right here. Like,
that woman doesn't listen to you either. Right?
All right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so here we are. Top pickups for the year, except that Papa Willie says, no, you don't get to talk because Chris don't get a big head with all these wins.
No, it was all in good fun. It really was just a grow together thing. But yeah, Papa, good for you.
That's the first time I ever asked for anything I really wanted.
Brian LCS, good afternoon. Oh, poor puppy. No, don't think that it's a poor puppy. She only comes and gives me attention when she wants food. Otherwise, she ignores me and only pays attention to everybody else. So, and I already fed her. Let's see. A bunch of new chats popping in real quick. Did we see anybody new? No. All right. If I missed anybody, deeply apologize. Didn't mean to do that. Again, we've got our top 24 or top 10 pickups for 2024 that we're going to be going over. I will tell you just real quick. Thank you very much, Bo, for becoming a member. Although you already were a member.
So renewed, I'm presuming. Then, right?
Oh, presumably, yes.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick for me, anyways, going through this list is I pick up a lot of books and a fair number of slabs, as people know. And so just to kind of give you an idea, here's a few of the books I picked up that are slabs that would have qualified, but did not make the list today. Of course, G.I. Joe #1, First Black Lightning, The Demon in a Bottle, First Scott Lang, First Peggy Carter, First Ben Reilly, First Masters of the Universe, First Talia, First Sabretooth, First Dracula, First Mandarin. I mean, these are all just books that just not going to be on the list.
So, Demon in the Bottle didn't make the list?
Yeah.
What am I up against here? Okay. All right, let's do this. All right, how are we doing?
So this will be fun. That's what I like to do.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do this. All right, Chris.
Mm.
Because I am the host, I always like to give you the option to go first, or if you want to defer. Although there's no going first in the second half, but
I guess I'll go first. Okay, Rob, I'll go with my honorable mention.
All right.
Earlier this year, we had a guest come on OnlySlabs, and I made a big deal about this book, saying I've never seen that before, and it's homaging one of my top 3 favorite films of all time, Forrest Gump. That guest reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what, you can have the book, just take care of shipping." And at first I was like, no, man, that's okay. But he happened to mention, listen, the slab is cracked, so I have no problem letting it go. And I'm like, all right, I don't care about the cracked slab. I just love it so much because the fact it's homaging Forrest Gump. So this is Department of Truth, issue 22. Nice. And it's homaging the Forrest Gump movie poster. And this is numbered 12 out of 400. So there's only 400 editions. So this is my honorable mention. And thank you very much. Awesome. Happy to have this in my PC.
All right. So let's go to number 10. What is the actual number 10 book for you?
My number 10 is a classic cover by George Perez. Wanted this book for a while. I do hope to fill the rest of this series. It is a 4-issue limited series, but I went with issue number 4 because, like I mentioned, this cover is just iconic. It's the Avengers JLA issue number 4. Superman doing incredible things.
Oh,
and some might not know this is actually a wraparound cover. So when worlds collide, nice. Superman has the ability to pick up Mjolnir and rock Cap's shield. And so, yeah, this is just one of those covers I just feel is iconic. And it's just George Perez hitting the ball out of the park again. And yeah, I will eventually work on issue 1 through 3. It's not at the top of my list. If I can pick up those books for cheap, I will. But this is just
what the hell, man, Spidey?
Oh, hey, man, this has Marvel properties. Like it literally says Marvel right here. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just so happy to have this again as a Superman fan. Glorious cover.
Brilliant.
All right, Rob, what do you got for us?
All right. So number 10 was I always do this. Number 10 is always a tie. I always have two books at number 10. Mostly because I just can never really decide. And there was an issue where it was really difficult on these two books because one is a key and one isn't. One is just a cover by. It's a cover that I think you'll appreciate, Chris. Was the artist who did this cover is actually a Canadian, believe it or not. And that is
Oh,
40, done by some little unknown artist named Todd McFarlane.
who?
Exactly. Never really heard of it. He's done a couple books. And then he just kind of does derivative covers thereafter. But yeah, so this book was one that I picked up this year. This was a real tough one. And then I accidentally named the other number 10 as a book that didn't make the cut because I was waffling back and forth. And that was Iron Fist number 14, the first appearance of Sabretooth. Very difficult not to get that not have it not make the list because Sabretooth is a big deal character. So there's my number 10. The only time I'm cheating by having two books together, but there you go. First Sabretooth and the Hulk 340.
Yeah, I would agree with Dale. Those are bangers. That's a great way to start off the list. Yeah.
Written by Peter David, some small town Canadian.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah.
Claim the Iron Fist 14. Yeah.
Yes. Well, before we move on to my book, now, Rob, you and I on various shows poke fun at the most homaged covers of all time. Like you and I would say, obviously, ASM 300 is the most homaged.
ASM 300, Spider-Man 1. It's kind of like
is it safe to say that Hulk 340 is number 3?
It's definitely up there. It's in the conversation. I mean, there are a ton of homages and quite a few just straight up copying. Where they put Wolverine and Hulk back in the claws and stuff, just other artists reinterpreting that cover.
Exactly.
So I know Beckerman 2 is cheating, but it also wouldn't be us doing this show if my number 10 or my number 5 slot wasn't 2 books. So it's just come to be expected. Chris knows it's going to happen. I mean,
I totally would have done it, but Dazzler didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. On to number 9. This is a cover that I've wanted for
and for those of you guys who thought, I'm sorry, for those of you guys who thought we were doing like a voting poll here, we're not. Chris is right. It's not really a competition. That would require us to set ground rules like, okay, here's your budget for the year and everything else. That would be completely different. So, it's not cheating.
Canadian
it's
dollar versus American dollar would play into it. Yeah, it's not cheating. It's tradition. This is strictly a cover by, and my better half loves it as well. So this is the Amazing Spider-Man 700, the oversized death of Peter Parker. Death. Wow. And it's just one of those books that surprisingly it's tough to get less than $100. And for a cover A, which it is, that's challenging. But then again, ASM books, certain books can hold value. And this is the one. Okay. The Death of Peter Parker, the last issue. This is the one that launched the controversial and now safe to say enjoyable Superior Spider-Man run. And I know I wasn't fond of it at first. I think Rob was the same way, but we both come to really appreciate the storytelling of Dr. Octopus in Peter's body. So, yeah.
Mad Spidey approves, and no.
We're not good. there are certain rules after all, Dave.
It's graded comics. Graded comics. Oh my God. Ronnie says I have a Metallica homage to the Hulk 340 with him holding drumsticks like Wolverine.
Ooh, Lars. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Superior Spider-Man, the last good Spider-Man run. That is a lie because Ultimate Spider-Man is running. Yep. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Let's flip it over here. So number 9. Number 9 is a very recent addition to my collection. Was an acquisition at San Francisco Fan Expo. I was able to bundle this together as a book that I wasn't even, the series has come up and I got interested in it based on my experiences with this show.
Oh, okay. I know where we're going here.
Yeah, so
yeah,
Chris, I know, approves of this because he was one of the people who was going, I can't believe you're not reading this, Rob.
I kind of feel like this should be much higher up the list, but here we are.
Well, yeah, but here we are. A modern classic, and that is Saga number 1.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
If you're reading
9.8, yeah, first printing.
Yeah, and Fiona Staples, great artist. She handles the covers and the interiors.
First appearance of Marco, Alana, Hazel, Prince Robot the Fourth, Special Agent Gale, Vez, The Will, and Lying Cat.
It's the best character in the whole damn series. Izzy, you're shooting your shot a little early. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Shout out to Steve White that's joined us. Yeah, Rob, I'm glad that you picked this up. And be careful, because the wormhole of issue 1s is a deep one, as Comic Man Andy
I've got what I need.
us.
I have the first print. That's all I needed.
Yeah,
I don't have the same connection to it that he does, but but so it's just, but it was just one of those things that was like the been looking for had it on my radar for a while. The pricing on this had come down, and it was an opportunity to go ahead and pick it up. I mean, right now, this book, as I'm pulling it up right now, first printing in a 9.8. The market on that book is $379 to $400.
It's still a pricey book.
It is, but
for a book that will never go to a different medium, because Brian K. Vaughan has said they will never let this book go to television or film.
True, but it's also a book that it's interesting. Actually, if you look at wow, there's a lot of sales. This book has a lot of history on it. Yeah. But it is a book that during the peak was about double that. It was going for between $750 to $800. So having it come back down to what essentially is, believe it or not, the price it's selling for now at that between the $380 to $400 is the same price it was selling for in 2017.
Okay, so it had a roller coaster ride. Yeah.
Right. So we're back right to 2017. So you couldn't get this book at this price, in the last 6-7 years.
Right.
So it was a great time to be able to pick that back up. So
right. Good for you, Rob. I'm happy you have that book. Yeah. This is a book that made the top 5 for our half-year show, and it's here, and it really needs no introduction. So you're probably, if you're watching the show, you know that both of us are Spider-Man fans, and that we pick up keys and that, and you're probably wondering, well, Chris, how in the world do you not have ASM 300? And how did you get it this year? That's because I've owned it multiple times. And because
Chris isn't a real Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, I'm not a real Spider-Man fan. This is just a rub-off tattoo. I put it on weekly. This book is a book that I picked up multiple times for my life, and it's also been a part of trades. And when I've been like many of you between a rock and a hard place financially, it's one of those books that dealers will pay for because they know they can move on from it, right?
And you can, you can easily pick it back up.
Yeah,
because there's more.
So many of them.
Right? I think if it still holds true, this book is the most slabbed book on the CGC registry.
Right, and I think this is the book that knocked Wolverine the Limited Series #1 off its peak, which was for a period of time the most slab book. But yeah, this is when I say low grade, I'm lucky that this thing is a 3.0. It is. It was slabbed on a Monday morning because when I look at it, I'm like, this is like a 1.8 on a good day. But I'm happy to have this back in my collection. It is just that. It's a placeholder. If I have an opportunity to upgrade, because this book has been on the bottom end of the roller coaster, and from a 3.0 all the way up to a 6.0, the money isn't that much of a widening gyre per se. But I will be upgrading this book. But it was a book that I picked up along with another one that I will be showing shortly. And it's just one of those books. I'm happy to have it back.
Yeah,
this is
a book that right now is a great opportunity to get back into. And really is interesting, the price compression. Like, so I'm looking at direct editions now. This is a newsstand, so it's a little less issues out there, a little bit more wonky when it comes to pricing. But this book, if give you guys an idea, right? So you can get a 4.0, it's $200, but an 8.0 is $400.
Let's see what I mean. Like
a 9.2. A 9.2 is like 500. So we're talking, you can, if, for, I know that $400 to $500 is a fair amount of money it's a fair amount of money to me to drop on a book too. But the fact that you can get almost, like a 9.2 of this book at that price point, whereas a few years ago, you were getting like a 4.0 or a 5.0 for $500. It shows a phenomenal ability to get value again right now. So yeah, I see a lot of 8.5s popping in. I have an 8.5 myself. But I have contemplated picking up another one of these just because the prices on them are so low right now. But again, there's a lot of them out there, but it's still, it's from our age, for our age group demographic, this is one of the mega keys.
It certainly is
our lifetime. So
again, the most homage cover in the history of the American medium.
It's definitely, I mean, I don't, it definitely seems like that. I honestly think, it's a toss up sometimes, whether it's Spider-Man 1 or ASM 300. Either way, Todd McFarlane is the most homaged artist.
That's
cover artist.
That's the truth that we everyone can agree on.
No, I don't think there's any argument about that.
Right.
There's no between those three books that we've we haven't shown a Spider-Man 1 yet today. Who knows? But
yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. 51 watching, only 38 thumbs up buttons. Go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We appreciate that. See here. That was what we're on numbers. That was number 7.
That was
number 8.
That was 8.
All right. So my number 8. Let's go ahead and make boom. All right. Number 8. This book also is the first book of mine that was on the top 5 from the mid-year point. It has dropped down the list some, mostly because while it suffers from what DC has. DC is old. They're a long-run title, so their first appearances, a lot of their super
appearances, yes.
So people have come up with this brilliant idea, the first Silver Age appearance, because that's where things are much more affordable. So this is not the first appearance of the character, but the first Silver Age appearance of the character in a beautiful Neil Adams cover, and that is Batman 234, the first Silver Age appearance of Two-Face.
Oh my!
I can remember when you got this, and you and I talking about it. Yeah, this is it's so damn important. It really is so damn important.
And I'm not sure, and Batman's getting keyholed, so.
Yeah.
So
hey, Rob, let's do this. Rob, let's do this the right way. Would you mind reading me what's on the right side of that blue label, man?
First Silver Age appearance of Two-Face, Robin backstory.
Yeah.
Bigger and better, only 25 cents. With Robin, the teen wonder. So he was elevated. He was no longer the boy wonder. He was now the teen wonder.
What a value for a quarter. Shout out to Jagular that's joined us, and Biggie that was joined us earlier as well.
Yeah. Probably important that he is the teen wonder, because at this point the Teen Titans were a thing. So you didn't want to call him a boy wonder here and didn't call him Teen Titan.
So Morgs has said Chris is up 2-1 surprisingly. That's because he's only counting Marvel books. This is not a competition.
Yeah. That's fine. And
that Two-Face, that's great. And Rob, that's a great grade as well, man. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Keelhauled. It's Hull. HULLED. You drag them from along the keel of the boat. You drop them on the front, pull them up the backside. Keelhauled.
Well, but with the keyhold was good too.
Well,
yeah.
I guess they're not, as long as it's not being cornholed.
All right. There's a little bit of a theme with my list for 2024. I knocked off a lot of covers that I had fallen in love with over recently and my entire life, and that would explain like the ASM 700 that was there earlier. This is another one of these books. This book was on our top 5 list, and there's no way it would not make this list, because Rob is a big fan of J. Scott Campbell just as much as what I am. And well, another book that needs no introduction, but it is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 601 in the CBCS 9.0. Mary Jane is having her morning cup of coffee, and Peter's saying, "Toodaloo."
He's got to get his priorities straight.
Now, Rob, I know that this cover has a little bit of a fondness in your heart, but to me, this is one of the most iconic pieces J. Scott Campbell has ever done.
It's launched a million cosplays.
It has, and he's now redoing the damn covers a la Todd McFarlane.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
There's so much going on in this cover people may not realize, with the Daily Bugle being on the coffee table, the background picture that's on the wall, obviously Peter taking off, but then there's a couple magazines that's just under her hip, her foot. It's just this was the book I mentioned earlier, that was a part of the package deal I picked up for my low grade ASM 300. So I got this and 300 as a part of a bundle deal, and I don't know if I'll be upgrading this because it is a little bit of a spicy meatball at times.
Mad Spidey's right.
Hello, nurse.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, she looks like she's wearing a corset that we can't see, but
True.
But that's J. Scott Campbell.
Is like this, and her shoulders are, anyways. And I don't know.
Her shoulders are like this.
Her shoulders. I don't know what you're looking at, Rob, but I'm saying her shoulders. But I don't know what
Looking
kind of
into her
woman
eyes.
normally holds her coffee.
Different set of eyes. Yeah.
This way, but
yeah.
But I don't even hold my golf club like that. But anyways.
Phenomenal.
601.
I love this book. I do love this cover. I have several of and obviously some of the different versions that he's done of it. The one that I'm missing that I really would like to get is the Felicia Hardy one.
Right, where he's arriving. Mm-hmm.
The Catwoman one. It's like, it's an expensive book too.
Black Cat one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. Nice set of shoulders. Yes. The beginning.
That's pretty good, Big. Shout out to Drac that's joined us as well.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Number 7. That is a great book. Trying to think if I was doing my number 7 and I was going up against that book and I was trying to get Mad Spidey's votes, what would I could potentially offer up? And it's good for me that to go up against that, the only thing I had to bring for number 7 was Ghost Rider number 1 in a 7.0. Obviously,
Oh.
not the first appearance of Ghost Rider, but because that book I had already previously acquired. But for this year, I did pick up this beauty, the I don't know, fourth appearance of Ghost Rider or something. But
Hold
it's the
on.
first appearance.
Oh, God, Peter, hit me!
Yeah.
Ow!
It is though the first appearance of Damien Hellstrom, the son of Satan. So there we go.
Rob, who's the cover artist for this? This isn't Buscema, is it?
This is Gil Kane and Joe Sinat.
Okay. Yeah, that's a must-have for hardcore Marvel fans, and I will be targeting that probably in a lower grade because the Canadian dollar is not as good as a greenback, but a 7.0, great book, great grade, good for you, brother.
7.0, I find, especially with for me, a lot of the Bronze Age keys, 7.0, 7.5 range, and so depending upon some of the others, you can get up into 8, is a great nexus of value for me, where I can get a lot of book for a reasonable price. So, of course, in case you're missing it, there you go. There's the first appearance for anybody who just wanted to see that. But there.
All right.
Banger Janger, number 6, Chris, and then we'll do our break. After number 6, we will do our halftime break here. Canada says we got Monopoly money.
Yeah, it's bright and shiny.
Somewhere Bon Jovi singing "Wanted Dead or Alive," right? Because of the little "Wanted Dead or Alive" there. That's very good. 2-2, he says.
All right. Well, then this book is not going to even anything up as far as Matt Spidey is concerned. However, Rob, you and I crossed paths this past June, and I was on the hunt for 3 different books at Heroes Con. And on the last day, I actually ended up picking up one of those 3 books. And I'm happy finally to have this book in my collection as someone that read this book as an 11-year-old. But it is Crisis on Infinite Earths, issue number 7, The Death of Supergirl.
Yeah.
So the story behind this book, Rob, myself, Austin, and Scott Porterside, we went out to dinner together with a couple dealers the first night that we arrived in Charlotte.
Art collectors,
pardon me. And later that weekend, or I should say Saturday, because I left Sunday, one of those men that we actually had dinner with was the man who I bought this book from. So he gave me an incredible deal on this book. And like I said, I've been hunting this book on eBay and I could not find a good price for what I felt it was worth, because it's hard to get in a 9.8. And when you do find it, it usually comes at a premium for whatever reason. But I did get this.
It's the 9.8 premium.
Yeah.
It's a 3 to 4x.
Yeah. And again, I forget that gentleman's name, but again, he gave me such a good deal. I ended up going home with a little bit of change in my pocket, so I was happy to have this happen for me. And Rob, as you know, I scoured Heroes Con looking for this book, and I only found one copy of it.
And you were very clear. It was 9.8 or nothing. You were not settling for anything else. So
right. And when it comes to the Man of Steel in pain, I ain't settling. Right. But yeah, I'm happy to have this in my collection again. Cover by kind of, but it's one of those books that is a nice walk down memory lane.
No, and that's a book I know I've sent it in a couple times and I've gotten nothing but 9.6s back. So I'll test. It's not easy. All right, so helping me out, this will be interesting here because I'm not sure how Mad Spidey's going to vote this round, because neither one of us is going to show a Marvel book this round. You've got your Death of Supergirl, so maybe he'll vote for you just because a DC character died. But
I see what you're doing. What you're doing.
But I'm going to pull at his significant other's heartstrings. I was very lucky this year that so one of the things, I became a member of the Comic Book Fiend Club this year, and the founder of the club has started doing some Whatnot sales, as they've been going through some stuff, and he's selling some of his books to make room. And I was on an auction, one of his Whatnot auctions, as he was moving through some books. Mostly it was some of the Crimson Bat books, but he started making some other stuff available. And I had shared it out, and Austin had jumped into the thing. And unfortunately, this book came up, and Austin starts bidding against me on this book. I knew where the value was on this book, but it was going for way less than what it should. So I was kind of getting irked with Austin, but fortunately I knew Austin had a bunch of copies. I was hoping what actually happened did happen, that he was only bidding because it was so low he couldn't not help himself. And once it got to a certain point, he knew that I wanted the book. He already had multiple copies. He backed out and allowed me to pick this up at a song, and that is Malibu Sun, number 13, the preview of Spawn. You get that.
Great Scott!
Yeah, Here It Comes is right.
Again, that little Canadian boy. He did do a few things, but so yeah. Todd McFarlane Spawn joins the Image universe in 8.5 white pages.
Wow.
So this book, now keep in mind, so if I was trying to look this one up real quick, just to kind of give you an idea. Malibu Sun 13 search. So I ended up picking it up for like $300. And that book in an 8.5 right now, as I'm bringing it up. We want to take a guess where it goes?
$450.
My God, this is pulling up really slow. 8.5, $450 to $475. $475 is the last sale.
All right.
So yeah,
I'm right there.
So it was a phenomenal deal to pick that up for $300. Thank you, Austin, for not bidding me up any higher than that. I really appreciate letting me have a copy for my collection. So yeah, Spawn book in the top 10. He thinks it's outstanding.
So now this is a legitimate
minus 1 point for showing us Spawn book.
Dale has a great question, Rob. Is there room for improvement?
No, I don't. There's nothing. I don't see any necessarily evidence of any kind of like. There's maybe a little bit of a roll, but not anything significant. I think it is what it is, and I'm fine just to leave it as is. The slab needs to be cleaned. There's a lot of schmutz on the slab itself,
right?
But so maybe at some point, maybe it get reholdered. But there's some a color rub on the cover itself. So,
all right.
So that is our number 6. So that means we've done 5 books.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's time to halt our proceedings temporarily part way. And we'll be doing a giveaway. But first, I'm getting that prepped here. Let's acknowledge all the henchmen. As I stand right now, the henchmen, the Goon Squad, you guys make this channel keep us going and help Comics Curing Cancer, of course, because all the channel revenue goes to Comics Curing Cancer. So, henchmen, thank you so much. Oops. I had it all queued up and then I hit the wrong button and took it away. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Not a competition. Hashtag not a competition. As my Spidey chimes and say, sorry, Chris, 3-2, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. Paper thin stock used for that magazine. Yeah. It wasn't really a true comic and stuff. So it is tough getting high grade, but yeah, 8.5 white pages. I'm super happy with that. So although Comic Vet says Chris is winning somehow. Interesting. The man who has professed over and over again it's not a competition, trying to say
Yeah,
otherwise.
this is where the Americans pull away in that final 50 meters.
well, that's ticking by. Everybody's
I will
getting that in.
happily accept
Yeah.
the silver medal. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But no.
Well, hey, appreciate. So Chris, 2024 almost in the books. Anything special on the horizon here leading into 2025 coming up on the Comic Vet channel?
At some point later today, I will be dropping my new comic book day haul. It's been rebranded as I Spent How Much, where at the end of the video, I actually talk about how much money I just dropped in supporting, my comic book addiction. This Wednesday will be the return of Show Us What You Got. It will also be the channel member giveaway. So swing on by that evening. You can take a look at the happy stack of books that I will be giving away to one lucky channel member, a member of the Comic Army. And and then you can catch me again next Saturday live here on this fun show. And I'll let Rob talk about who our guest is going to be when we return. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Well, we will be coming back hardcore with Cliff on Comics.
Boom.
Cliff will have just celebrated his birthday. He's a New Year's baby and wanted to take that January 4th spot so he can come celebrate his birthday slightly belated with us as we kick off season 6 and episode 175.
He looks good for 27.
Yes,
27.
excellent.
Yeah.
So for myself, of course, Monday mail call is still on the horizon. I just got done recording. I still have to do editing and stuff for this upcoming Monday mail call. Some awesome books there. And of course, Thursday, I'm not quite sure what I'm having on the horizon for Thursday, but there'll be something. Anywho, that's what we got. Let's see. We got 58 out of 73 people have entered thus far. So you might want to check your spelling or whatnot and get that in there. I do ship internationally. So we'll give you guys a moment to get that in there. Let's see what else we got coming up on the stream. Of course, the guests are lined up into March. I do have, but if you are interested in being a guest on OnlySlabs, please reach out. Don't wait for me to reach out to you. Don't sit at home thinking, my God, Rob, why doesn't he ever let me on? Because what happens is sometimes I don't think I have a list that I'm working through people I'm trying to contact, but then I don't realize certain people have slabs. Some of you guys don't show off a ton of your slabs and I don't know it. So by all means, reach on out. Or maybe you've been on before and I'm trying to get new people on, but I haven't thought to come back to you. You want to come back on? I'd much rather take somebody who's been on before and wants to come back on again over me fighting with 75 people trying to book one guest, because sometimes that's how it is. And of course, we'll be seeing you out at the cons. We got lots of the cons season is going to kick off before you know it. I've already been booking my schedule. My God, I've got like 7 cons I'm already on the schedule for next year. So it's going to be crazy. All right, there we go. 69. That's a magical number. 69 out of 75. That's close enough. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. In 3, 2, 1. Wheel of fish. Here we go. It is boom. Revolver Comics. Congratulations. Revolver Comics. I don't know that I don't remember if I've sent you anything before. So make sure that you reach out to me at robs.fatstacks on Instagram or robs.fatstacks on gmail.com with your ship to information so we get you your books. Now, Chris, you get to pick both today because we have no guests. So, let me switch to this side.
All
right.
Watch your back, Rob.
Okay. What are we doing? 7 books we're pulling for them.
All right. Let's go 7 and 8 from the front.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, got it. 7 and 8. Got it. All right.
Quick question, Rob. Any idea if Shortbox Live will be back in Santa Clara 2025?
Yes, I do know they will be. They haven't announced the actual availability, which are a little bit behind, but I have seen some of the vendors, like Reese's Comics, has short box live on their schedule.
Okay.
I think it's the first Saturday in May.
Okay. Let's let it ride.
Oh, first Saturday in May. That might not be good for me.
Focus, Rob. Focus.
Sorry.
Stop. And those two books. Stop. And those two books.
All right, 2, 4, 6. One more. Wait, is that right? I got 6. Yeah, one more book.
Let's count number 3 from the back. All right, careful with that box.
All right, Revolver Comics. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
You know it's going to be good when he's getting pissed off at himself.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we pulled a lot of keys. So Revolver Comics, congratulations. First up, we have some Frank Miller Daredevil.
Nice. Nice. Back when Frank Miller cared about covers. Or anything.
Vet telling Rob to focus is already my highlight of 2020. All right. Marvel presents issue 3. Solo stories begin for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice. Nice. I like that cover too. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Action Comics 835. This is the first live wire in continuity. Not first appearance in comics, but the first in the regular DC continuity, previously only part of the animated universe, much like the Harley Quinn stuff. So, Moon Knigget, number 1. Moon Knight. This is first Dr. Badir, the Hunter's Moon, and first Reese.
Gorgeous cover.
Because, yeah, beautiful Marco. See here. 52, week 11. This is the first appearance of Batwoman, the
Nice.
Kate Kane Batwoman.
So
Kate Kane, of course,
you got
makes her
upset, 'cause
first.
I know you love Batwoman.
Yeah, Kate Kane makes a first appearance a couple of issues earlier, but this is her first appearance as Batwoman.
Nice.
I'm not even sure which order to show these in, but
Great.
here we go. First full appearance of Bishop.
Wow. It's a great J Lee cover.
Coming to the MCU soon, if you listen to rumors. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bronze Age, the first appearance of Nova, Richard Rider.
Why are we giving away the first Nova? Like,
I'm insane. Congratulations.
and the thing is, there's now going to be people that are going to be with me on this one. Like, really? Like, oh,
Man down, man down.
and Joe, if I didn't have a first edition, if I didn't have the first appearance of Nova, I would be cursing and swearing right now. Like, see, yes, best head, yeah, okay, yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be doing another giveaway from the giveaway box soon.
That book might be better than the next book I show. Like, come on. Like, yeah, congratulations, Revolver Comics.
Like I said, I right now it's gotten to the point for me where I probably spend half my time that I'm shopping for comics, I'm shopping for the giveaway bin. Chris, your number 5 book. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Is that book better than? Well, here's the thing. Some people may say yes, the book that Revolver Comics one might be better than this book, but not Rob. Not Rob. Rob will not say that book is better than a book I'm about to show. This book is also a book that showed up. I still can't get over the fact we get away.
1-800 psychiatric help.
Man, that sucks. All right. Well, we got to start somewhere. Rob, this is Chili's first appearance. So this is a book that was on my top 5 list when Rob and I did this earlier this year. And again, thanks to my better half, this is Darth Vader issue number 3, the first appearance of one Dr. Aphra and her 2 homicidal maniacal droids, which carries the damn story.
Yeah! Yeah!
This is just great. Again, a book that's cooled down a lot lately until she shows up, and when she shows up, look out.
If she does, I honestly hope she does, because it's like, if they don't, Disney just doesn't understand anything. But it is such a great character and backup characters.
Yeah. And again, this, like how Rob just kind of said, I kind of talked Rob into it. I know TW is a big fan of Saga with that. Rob kind of talked me into Aphra, and I've been a fan ever since I gave her an opportunity. But yeah, if I strongly suggest, even if you just play the spec game, now is the time to try and get a 9/8 first appearance, first printing of Dr. Aphra, because when she shows up, and she will, the book is going to spike again. It may not spike to what COVID bubble numbers were, but it's going to go back up. And I know Rob has this and subsequent later printing, something that Rob is not a fan of, but that's how much a fan of Aphra he really is.
Well, that's one of those books where the subsequent printings, like I think it's the 3rd or the 4th printing, one of those is like significantly higher than all the rest. And I was like, I don't get it. Yeah. But especially since it's not a new cover, it's just the color shift that Marvel used to do, which was great. But I do have a second printing as well, but my second printing is signed by Adi Granoff, who did the cover. Phenomenal cover artist, Adi Granoff. Just if anybody hasn't read, I mean, so Dr. Aphra is kind of all those things. It's what Han Solo really should be if he hadn't been like gotten an ego or gotten connected with the rebellion and was a true scoundrel.
All in love,
and a little mixed with a little bit of Indiana Jones, all into one. And she's also, for those of you who want some representation, LGBTQ representation, without it being the primary driver in there. It just happens to be who she is. It's a phenomenal book. And yeah, those droids, what the hell?
Oh my God, they're so good.
Razor, welcome to the show. Marcus, thanks for coming by. Biggie Shack, yeah, coming harder than no. Hopefully. All right. Number 5 for me. Let me slip this over here. Come on. It's not. There we go. My God. It was frozen on my screen. It wasn't sliding over. It was like thinking. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. So this book on the top 5. This one probably this is not, well, it is a key. What am I saying? It is a key issue. It's a damn number 1. This is like the number 1 in a series, a classic anthology series. So not necessarily following any one character, but it's a series that went on for hundreds of issues. And I, of course, many folks know I am a big fan of the science fiction genre, the golden age, atomic age science fiction. So from 1950, I was super happy to pick up this book, Amazing Science Fiction Tales, Strange Adventures, number 1. Here doing our cover, doing our Destination Moon, a little bit of a photos mixed into the illustrations. We had the classic rocket style, rocket ship type stuff going on. This kicked off the Strange Adventures run, which went on for a long time. So Super great book. Yeah, I was watching that copy on eBay. That was a while ago, but yeah. So there we go. I mean, it's just a beautiful book. This is a Destination Moon movie adaptation photo cover. Interior cover has full page ad for Danger Trail #1. I don't know what that is, but
All the
go get your photos
Trail
enlarged.
fan-
Get your photos enlarged for 29 cents.
all the Danger Trail fans are getting upset with you right now, Rob, the way you said that. But yeah.
Mm.
Destination Moon. What year was this released again, Rob?
1950.
Nice. Yeah.
It's a few years old.
Yep.
Carl
Okay.
Swan and Jim Mooney art.
All right.
So those of you guys who like the Swannies.
Okay, we're going to return to Heroes Con. And there's this book ended up becoming the conversation of the con. Why? Because I had a book that I had cleaned and pressed up here in Canada, and I brought the book with me to the United States to have Jim Steranko autograph it for me. And if you've ever, or if you have not had the opportunity to meet Jim Steranko, in order for him to sign the book, it cannot be in a window bag. It cannot be with a bag and board. The book has to be raw and also naked, because it seems
it's naked and afraid.
he enjoys roughing things up when they're naked. And Marcus was with me this particular morning, circumstances, and I got my iconic Captain America 111 signed by Jim Steranko. And when he signed it, he tore the cover. Either way, I finally have a Jim Steranko autographed Captain America cover on one of my favorite pieces that Steranko ever did outside of a Nick Fury cover. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, when the book came back at 6.0, I was over the moon elated, and it kind of ruined my whole con, because when he tore that book, like I mentioned, I picked this book up at a small con in Canada, had it cleaned and pressed for a real good rate, and it came back gorgeous. And the person that did it hot off the press removed a lot of dirt that was on there. And so when the tear, which was probably 1/8 of an inch, that happened between the P and the T above the trade dress there, it just ruined everything for me that day. Like, I was in a real bad mood, as you know, Rob.
Chris was walking around. You would have thought it was a 5-inch tear down the middle of the book, and that the world had come to an end. He was devastated. It was really, really crazy. But
so the book came back, and the lady at CGC kind of did a reveal like this for me. And when I saw the fact that it was a 6.0 and not a 4.0, I was elated. So I showed this book to Rob, whose opinion I trust when it comes to what he feels the book should be at. And Rob's opinion was it should be between a 6 and a 7. And we kind of thought maybe, just maybe, CGC may not have noticed the slight tear that was in the cover, because it could have been very much a 4 or a 3.5. And I'm going to let Rob handle this one. But again, the book is in great, great shape. It was cleaned nicely. And if they did notice it, I kind of think maybe it would have been a 7 or a 7.5. But Rob, you're the pro when it comes to this kind of thing. What do you think?
Well, so 1/8 of an inch is not, when it's really small like that, it's not, I mean, it's a fault, but it's not a huge thing. When you start getting beyond 1/4 of an inch, and is where you start to get into more significant drops. So it's like it can be anywhere from a 1/2 to a 1 grade drop for the small tear, depending on what else is going on with the book. So I'm not surprised that, given the range that we had already expected the book to be, that the book was still in that range, albeit at the bottom end of that range. It didn't really surprise me at all. It's just initially thinking that the tear was more significant than that, based on your initial description, was the part that we thought could be really bad. But it's it's still a beautiful book. Great signature, of course. Stranko, fabulous signature, a stylish signature, much like the man himself.
Oh, the man knows how to dress.
And he tells a good, wonderful story, and he gave you a wonderful story to tell.
He gave me a story. I don't know if I'd use that adjective, but here we are.
There you are. Yeah. Well, Chris, that is a great book there at your number 4. I am not sure in the world of Mad Spidey how I could possibly get a point from you without showing a Marvel book, but I'm going to try. Again, I'm sticking with my Atomic Age sci-fi. This is a book that you've seen before, and it's off my wall, but it's up where nobody sees, up here.
Above the trees where nobody sees. I see what you're saying.
Right. Exactly. This is from 1948.
Oh, boy.
With off-white to white pages in a CGC 8.0. It's Dell 4 color 204 featuring Flash Gordon.
Yeah, this is the best ever.
Rocket ship, bubble helmets. Yeah.
Nice. Rob, what's it say on the right side of the blue label there? I see
Flash Gordon.
just a little bit. That's it? Just Flash Gordon?
Yeah, it just says Flash Gordon. That's it. Doesn't even say Flash Gordon appearance. They couldn't cop to spell that many letters. It's just Flash Gordon. It is a Paul Norris cover, and that's it. This is obviously an older CGC case and everything, but the backside you got a nice little pin-up thing going on. But yeah, so this was the second to last Flash Gordon I needed to complete my Flash Gordon 4-color run. I've now completed it since then. But yeah, this is just at an 8.0. You can imagine, given the age, this is just an absolute phenomenal book. It's a pricey book as well. When I was going to pick this up, I was hoping to be able to acquire it in like a 5.5 to a 6,
but
but I couldn't find one. An 8.0 became available, and I had to step up and cough up a little more dough than I was originally expecting to acquire it. But
those carcinogenic inks, they really stand up against the test of time. Just don't breathe them in.
It's just such a great book. I mean, obviously what hurts this book is you can see there's a bit of a miswrap, alignment here as you see some of the back cover coming around, the staples a little bit on the front there. But,
an 8.0 though. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And most of that comes actually up here in the very top. You can see a little bit of there. It starts to, there's some color rub off there in the top, but it's there. Yeah, this is a tough one. He does like Flash Gordon, but he's still giving you the point.
Okay, well then, if we're gonna make this about Morgs, I'm gonna tug on his heartstrings.
Well, you got DVH doing your show, so I guess we're doing Morgs is our official scorer here for this one. I don't have any cool vignette though for the end.
Okay, but then I am gonna tug on that man's heartstrings because I know who his favorite character is. This was a book that's on my list for Spider-Man Grails to pick up. And I was fortunate enough, thanks to the charitable work of one Jack B, who makes some of the best mystery boxes, if not the best mystery box in the game today. I was stunned to get a 7.5 Amazing Spider-Man 194. Rob, say it with me. The first appearance of Black Cat.
Absolutely.
Oh, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yes. Again, Spider-Man collectors would be saying, Chris, how did you not have this book already? That's because I spent all my money on 1 through 50. So now I have to go and pick some of these up, i.e. 300. But again, everyone, I'm not going to make this particular moment with my third best book of the year. I'm going to make this about Jack B. Jack B does mystery boxes where a portion of his donations go to Feed the Children, a wonderful charity that's based in the United States that helps children not just in the United States but around the world. Is a charity that's near and dear to his heart. And again, if you ever see Jack B on Instagram talking about that he's going to be launching mystery boxes, do not miss out. He does wonderful, wonderful mystery boxes. He curates a portion of that mystery box to characters or books that you enjoy, and then he puts in other books to make the value of that box what it's worth. And mine just happened to be an incredible ASM key and a very respectable 7.5. I know Rob participates in books when he does it. And other big YouTube channels like DJ Links, I know that he picks up Jack B mystery boxes as well. And they're always fun. They're always a good time. Do not miss out on your opportunity to pick up Jack B mystery boxes. Rob,
7.5 white pages.
7.5 white pages from 1979, August
Nice.
79.
Well, I don't know how to compete with that really. Sure I do. Why not?
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
Number 3. Chris, I started working on some runs this year of books because, well, I had finished off a run. So I needed a run to do. So I decided I was going to work on Captain America. Decided I was going to work on the first 25 Silver Age books, all graded, high grade, from an 8.5 on up.
You're crazy.
And I completed that run this year. But then I realized I had a problem. My first book in that run, that Captain America 100, didn't qualify with all the rest of the books because it was only like a 6.0. So I had to rectify that this year and went out and picked up an 8.5 graded copy of Captain America 100, first solo series of Captain America in the Silver Age, which then allowed me to take mine, and which I then got a deal with Comic Cap Collectibles to get him a book and get his book. He had a even lower grade copy that then came back to me to went to Comics Curing Cancer. So we were able to help along with this. We were able to help out Comics Curing Cancer along the way, but I was able to add that into my collection. So now I do have the first 100 books, all 8.5 or higher, which then gave, actually, by virtue of that, when I added it to the registry, put me in the top 10 for the Captain America registry for that. And now I'm actually starting to work on, it's like issues 100 through 200 is the grouping on it. But I've since now started adding all the raw books for the rest of that run that I'm working on. But yeah,
all right,
Captain
Rob,
America,
Rob,
baby.
let's do this because there's all the characters on the front are fun. But would you mind reading us what's on the right side of the blue label? Because Marvel switched gears with this particular book.
In this big premiere issue, we have the first issue, Black Panther appearance, story and numbering continued from Tales of Suspense number 99.
Yeah. Very nice. And it's funny, a Tales of Suspense book becomes a Captain America book.
Well, yeah. Well, Tales of Suspense, actually, the numbering continued there, but whereas Iron Man did not. Iron Man, who had been sharing the title, he kind of went off and did a number 1.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but whatever. It's all good.
And
all tied 4-4 because Jinx book haunts me and Black Cat is wow.
Okay. Well, there we are. Well, here's the part in the 2 spot where Rob may pull away if he shows a Marvel book with Mad Spidey, because this is not a Marvel book. But this is a character that is incredibly close to my heart. This was the number 1 book for my top 5. I picked it up much earlier this year. But if you're a fan of Bernie Wrightson, then you'll understand why, because he is the greatest Swamp Thing artist. And this is Swamp Thing issue number 1 and a 6.0. I can't afford Swamp Thing's first appearance. It's just not going to happen for me. It's just not going to happen.
It's actually coming down, but
still, anyways. But
you don't need both kidneys. Come on.
I want to live. I want to get past 61. But yeah, it's true. But I managed to pick this one up at a small Canadian con. Thankfully, the vendor had 3 different grades. And I went with the middle grade because it was the one that he was offering up less than FMV, because he bought the lowest grade during the bubble and wasn't about to take a loss on that book. Understandable. But Swamp Thing is incredibly important to me because I fell in love with the Alan Moore writings during the 80s, and it showed what environmentalism truly was before that was even a term. But Swamp Thing number 1, I will eventually work on 1 through 10. I do have another issue knocked off for 1 through 10, the Writes and Run. I don't know if I'm going to get them slabbed like what Rob has with his Cap Run, but I just want to say that I have the first 10 Swamp Thing issues. This says the origin of Swamp Thing, the first appearance of Lieutenant Matt Cable, Alex, and Linda Holland. But again, as a fan of Bernie Wrightson, love it.
No, as you should.
All right, Rob.
All right.
What's your silver medal spot?
It was tough to
imagine.
figure this one out, but I did decide that this would be the number 2 book. Again, I've been working on some runs. Sometimes you're able to complete a run, and it brings great relief when you do. And this year at Shortbox Live, as you know, I had negotiated a deal and was able to pick up the final book I needed in my run for Amazing Spider-Man, picking up a 3.0 copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 3, the first appearance of Otto Octavius, aka Doc Ock.
Slow down!
I defer to the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep. So there you are. That's that's number 2. There we go. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 3 from 1963. Is noted that there is tape on the interior cover.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, and you can become an artist. Learn to draw.
your tongue crisp for a paper. I like I said, I defer to Rob on this one. Now, Rob, where in the timeline is this book completing the 1 to 100 run that you?
This was the last book. This was the last book I picked up. This was
the last one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've picked up some other books within that run, within that series to upgrade since then. But this was the last vacant, empty hole in my 1 to 100 run that I had to fill. And, this book now has come down from as many books have from where it was. It's still a super pricey book. But it's, if I had waited a year, I could have saved a couple $100. But you know what? Hindsight, who knew, right? $100, you could wait another year. It could have cost me a couple $100 extra. You buy what you buy. If you're happy, you get a fair price for what it was. I got a great deal. I thought bundling this along with Ghost Rider 1, which we saw earlier. And so I'm super happy with that.
Okay. I'm glad you finished the run.
Yeah, me too.
I hope that we both talk each other out of stupid ideas, like doing something like that again.
Well, Chris, you do have the second 50 you can work on, but yeah. The worst part is about doing a run like that is now afterwards, and you sit there and you look at it and you go, okay, I've got all these. But like in that 1 through 10 run, or even the first 15 books, there's 3 books in my mind that I go, I want to upgrade, because the bulk of them are in a certain grade range, but these 3 are outliers that they're really low grade. And I'm like, oh God, no, prices are down now. I should take this opportunity to upgrade those books, because I can easily sell these other ones and to cut that cost of acquisition down. But man, it's definitely something I want to get. Was it last year? Either way, it was before. Yes, you did pick that book up before me, but it doesn't really matter. As Chris likes to say, it's not a competition. Let's see. When you upgrade, put number 3 in the giveaway box. Oh God.
No.
Is Rob and Chris Canadian? No, just Chris Canadian. Rob Californian.
Yeah. Rob loves Canada, just not as much
could
as I
always
love America.
Part trade it to upgrade. That is possibly too.
Mhm.
Although, so when it comes
What
to
I
trading,
enjoy
I have to. Trading is great, but I have to kind of either have it with me at a con to do it with somebody directly, or I has to be somebody that I know and trust. There's a different level of something like when you're buying something from somebody with there's payment protection stuff that versus trading with somebody that you're not face to face with that I don't know is really something I'm not prepared to do. That's just a level of trust I don't know that I could outlie. There's enough times I've been burned on actual sales that I don't need to be burned on send me your books and I'll send you mine, I swear.
Okay.
Anyways.
Gold medal.
All right, Chris, this is it. This is number 1 on your list, the big one, the biggest acquisition for Chris, whether it be biggest key meaning to you or whether it's just book that means the most to you or whether it's whatever. This is it. What is your top spot?
So Rob just kind of alluded to it. So some people may say, Chris, this book should even actually be on your list. It may not compare to them. That's fine. I don't care. This is a book that I've wanted since I was 10 years old. I saw this book when a classmate of mine brought it to school. I fell in love with it. I was jealous. I've never been able to find one in a 9.8 until the last 45 days. This is the last big book that I picked up, and I've never been able to get it for cheap. I kind of feel like I didn't get this one for that cheap. May not have been a deal, but I just got sick and tired of not having it, and I wanted it for this show because Rob knows how much I love this book. And this is a Mark Bright cover, and this is Transformers number 5. If you don't think this book shouldn't be on my list, well, that's too damn bad. I've wanted this book.
Yeah, freeze frame. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've wanted this book my entire life. Chris from Metro Rocket Comics gifted me a raw copy. Now that I have this one, I will be giving away that raw copy eventually. So pay attention to my channel for that. But there's just something about this painted cover. It just blew me away as a 10-year-old, and I've never been able to get over it. The only stumbling block is that it's off white to white. So now I'm like, do I look for the white and upgrade or just say, damn it, when it's time for me to put together my studio, this book will be on the wall. I really have no other words than just to say the 10-year-old in me is finally happy. Are All Dead, the legendary Shockwave cover that introduces Shockwave to comics, at least on the cover. And Mark Bright, I gotta admit, I don't know much of his other artwork, but if this isn't the most famous piece that he's ever done, show me which one is, because this is just iconic. So this is my number 1, just because my heart is satisfied. This is one of the books I had. This is one of the books that I was hunting at Heroes Con, and it just wasn't there in a 9.8. It just didn't exist in any of the vendors in the 9.8. So I had to go to eBay, which was disappointing, which is probably why I paid FMV for sure on it. But the time was right. as Rob often says, there only comes a certain time where you have to pull the trigger, and this is one of those times.
Yeah, no, it's a book that you definitely were. I know, I want this, I want this, I want this, and you were adamant about getting in a high grade and everything else, and so I'm actually surprised. That book is that's showing right now the market value on that book in the $230 to $260 price range. So that is
maybe then I did get a deal because it was south of 200 US. Yeah.
Transformers 1, one of the few comics I bought as a kid off the wall. It was expensive back then. It was. I respect the pick, man. Good. They can get a child. Page color should mean nothing to someone who's in the coffin. Yeah. All right, and it's a Marvel book, so they're giving it there. So look at that. A lot of people declaring based off that book alone that got a lot of love.
Calm down, everybody. Calm down.
Maybe I should just give up. I mean, I don't know what else I would
let's
possibly
do the giveaway
show.
then. Thank you, everybody. Listen.
So when I collect, the way I like to collect comics is I like to have a list of books and keep my options open and react to what's available to me. And when I go to cons, I bring a list of books that I'd like to get. And I like to sit there and I'll go in oftentimes with like, okay, here's my plan A, which is a big book or something I'd like to get. And if not, then, and if I get that, then I know I only have so much money to get a little bit of other stuff. So here's the other things I'll look. Or if I can't get that plan A, here's plan B, which is all the other books I'd like to get that I can spend within my budget. So Heroes Con, we hit Heroes Con with plan A. So in seek of that, had multiple friends helping me, going around to all the vendors day one, looking for this book in a particular grade range. I went and I hit up every single one of them trying to find one. One booth had 3 different copies, all in the right grade range, but I didn't like the pricing, didn't like the way they presented, because presentation, when you're looking at a big book and you're getting a lower grade copy, is key to everything. Legion of Comics hits me up on my cell phone, says, dude, come over here. I think we got you. He primed the pump already with the guy, starting to knock him down a little bit on price. I get over there. Mark walks away. I knock him down some more on price, pull out the cash. We go to town. And a few minutes later, I am able to be the proud owner of the first appearance of Snapper Carr.
Oh my God! No, no! Shut the front door. No way! Seriously? Shut the front door. Shut the front door.
So I think I was one of the first that to touch this book after you picked it up, and I remember looking at you and cursing and swearing the way that I normally do, and saying, "You're going to show this on the year end as your number one book, you son of a bitch." First Starro, first Snapper Carr, but most importantly, the first appearance of the Justice League as a whole. Congratulations, Rob.
It's right. And in our number 5, when we did our top 5 countdown, this was my number 2 book. It wasn't the number 1 book. The Spider-Man was the number 1 book. This kind of has moved up, mostly just because, the run's done. It was a run completer book, but this is, from a standpoint of importance as a book, as well as a price on the book. This is the biggest acquisition of the year, hands down. And of course, DC's now coming into their own with a lot of excitement around, the DC movie universe with everything's going on with James Gunn. So yeah, you get the first appearance of the Justice League of America and Snapper Carr, first Aquaman and Martian Manhunter cover.
Yeah.
So the first time that Martian Manhunter and Aquaman appear on the cover. So there you go. And in case you're wondering, you can win big prizes.
Yeah. I remember after we did our half-year show, and I remember why would you put that number 2? But yeah, I remember, like I said, you showed me that book, and I was just like, God damn it, Robbie. cursing and swearing the way I do, and then like, yeah, that's going to be your number one book at the year end. I know you. But yeah, Cat Fan saying Rob wins. Biggie dropping some facts on us here. But yeah, Spike Morgs is saying 6-4. Austin's showing some love. Jay Knows the Way is saying it's a tie, and TJ, who is a big one of the biggest Transformer fans we know, him and DVH Shockwave is better than the Justice League, but
yes,
only three.
It is not a Loot Crate reprint.
Jay Knows the Way. It's only a 3-0. Yeah. Yeah, we were all winners. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, but well, I'll move forward with that one. But yeah, that's Rob. That's a heavyweight book. Yeah, the last two books was an incredible showing. But my question is, where is First Starro going to be on the Great Wall? Because I know that you have some fills right now. Where is it going to be home?
It goes right here.
Okay.
Where the Adam Strange is usually up on the top row.
Right.
And this is in this position normally.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wow. I don't know what to say after all that. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll get to our giveaway here. But before we do our giveaway, let me first, I want to acknowledge all the Goon Squad members, channel members that are at the higher tier: Stephen C., Legion of Comics, DJ Links, Dr. Von Hoot, Dale of Suspense, Justin Birch, Letters, Circumstances, The Comic Vet, Austin LeMay, Mad Spidey, Collecting with Durs, Chuck Hensey, Lone Eagle, Comiverse, Deadman, Anachronic Comics, Colossus Collector, JG, Team Ohana, still only 35 cents, Cliff on Comics, Bearded Comic Bro, Never Could Figure It Out, The Adventurous Joe, Jay Knows the Way, Valen Rook, and Omnibo. Thank you guys all so much for your Goon Squad membership, helping to support comics curing cancer year round with all that. Let's go ahead and put up our hashtag here for our second giveaway. Simply, I don't know what else we could do other than 2025.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Get on.
Yeah, bring it on. I think it was a good year collecting for 2024. I'm looking forward to 2025. I know a lot of people are going to be dropping their keys or whatever books they're hunting for 2025. I won't be one of them. I used to do that, but then I found myself just get too hyper focused. Now I just like to have a list of books that I'll let them come to me type of thing. But are you going to have a list? Are you going to be announcing a list of keys that you're interested in, or
no, because I kind of saved it for this. I did drop a top 5 video recently for my favorite reads of 2024 for DC, Marvel, and Independence, and that's been received quite nicely. But I do kind of save my graded books for this, and pickups that I pick up when I visit cons, I usually show after doing a quick tour of that con. But let's get on to this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Revolver Comics, our first winner, dropping a $20 super chat, helping out with comics curing cancer. Super appreciative of that for you. You're gonna get the big one. So, Kid Comics, please avert your eyes.
Not what it looks like.
It never is.
Totally not.
So let's see. I will tell you that it's really sad that unfortunately my first Black Widow and my first Werewolf by Night will not be able to be eligible for next year's list when we do a next year's list, because it was a 2024 acquisition. But I am looking forward to what we can come up with for next year. See you guys out at the cons, that's for sure. You know, I'll be at Heroes Con this year coming up. I'll be also the other couple big cons I'm going to be attending. I'll be at WonderCon in Southern California this year, and of course, Short Box Live. And then there will be some others around that will fill in with some other books. But
there's a few local smaller Toronto shows, the Mississauga Comic Book Show, which I've had success picking up nice books at, Fan Expo Toronto, which is the crown jewel in the Fan Expo series, which goes the last weekend of August. I will be there. Fingers crossed for Heroes Con 2025. I will attempt it as I normally do, but it's just getting so damn pricey, and that damn Canadian dollar is just weakening and weakening against the U.S. greenback. But I do hope to return to Motor City Comic Con, which is the big con for the Detroit area at some point next year. They usually do it twice, but yeah.
I don't know about you, but I got my first con of 2025 is actually the first week in February.
Nice.
It's a little local one, East Bay Con. It's just up in the East Bay. No, like Tony Fleeks is like the big comic artist that'll be there. It's a little bit of a pop culture thing. Michael Biehn is going to be there.
Nice.
But it's always a fun time. So I've gotten some fun commissions there, and it's always a good opportunity to buy some books from some of the local vendors that I've gotten a chance to make good relationships with and stuff. So that's always fun. All right, we got 60 out of 73 people have entered the hashtag 2025. Don't forget, we are shipping internationally. This will be the last pull from the giveaway bin for 2024.
Thank God. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right, let's do this. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Round and round, where she goes and where she stops, well, the internet knows. And our winner is still only 35 cents.
Wow, Dave.
Congratulations.
All right.
I'm shipping to Australia again. Hooray. Oh, by the way, for Dave and anybody else who's been waiting on some art from Block from Comic Screen Cancer, I was on with him the other night, and he said that he is getting ready to ship all that stuff to me. Part of the delay, all the commissions are done. Part of the delay was also Canadian Post. If you don't know, they kind of didn't have the postal service for a month.
Yeah, watch your back. Okay.
All right, Chris, what are we pulling for Dave? Although keep in mind, Dave probably already has them all.
This is true.
Already, but it's okay.
True. Any doubles Dave has, I will happily take. All right, we're gonna go 7. Let's see if there's any Canadian price variance in there, because I know he's not afraid of a variant that way. Let's go 3 from the front, 3 from the back. Dave's a good guy. We had a drink with Dave.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's let it ride. And stop. And the single book towards the Great Wall.
Really?
I'm not pulling both. We had an odd number. Stop. And those 2 books.
It's right where we were.
It was it? Yeah.
See what I did
there? See what I did?
They ended up picking up the book anyway, so that's great. All right. So yeah, we got 5 so far. So one more set of 2.
Stop. In those 2 books.
Dave, you get
All
a
right.
DC Walmart pack.
All right. Now, Dave, we expect you to have our video opening that DC Walmart pack, singularly from opening this, which Rob is about to send you.
So anyways, you also get, of course, with that from Black Box Comics, the Psycho List, issue 1. You get your DC Walmart pack. You have also from DC Batman 89, issue number 1, the Tim Burton Bat Universe appearance in comics.
Nice. That's a great Michael Keaton cover.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even put these in any kind of order. I should have. All right, down. Okay, that's good. All right, next up, how about a shiny foily facsimile of New Mutants 98? First
Nice.
appearance of Copycat and Gideon.
And fake Domino. Copycat.
That's Copycat. Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer fake Domino.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
Chris decided that he didn't want to keep this for himself because he no longer cares for Jenny Frison. And so he selected for you a Jenny Frison Wonder Woman.
I don't have that cover, Rob.
That's why I asked you, are you sure you wanted to pull that? But you said yes. So there you go. Wonder Woman 71, Jenny Frison. Dave, I know that you prefer 35 cents, but hopefully you're okay with 12-cent comics. How about some Charlton Judo Master versus the Mountain Storm?
Nice. That's like E-Honda. Let's go.
And yeah, I think we're God, Dave, I don't know what you're doing, man. These are all too cheap for you. You don't like these. Here's another 12-cent book. Strange Tales, Doctor Strange. Clea must die.
Oh my.
See, this is where I get outvoted on Matt Spidey's damn show. That should not be a giveaway book. That should be a mystery box book.
Yeah. All right, here's the last book.
God.
Dave, this one is not 12 cents. I'm sorry. It's a 15-cent book. But it's still Silver Age. Submariner, issue number 33, the first Silver Age appearance of Namora.
Yeah.
Woo! 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 Woo!
For some weak-ass reviews.
I feel like we played more vignettes for the damn giveaway books than we did for the damn slabs. We should get this. Come on. Now we're giving away Submariner keys and classic Strange Tales, classic E-Honda,
Jenny Frison. Yeah.
Frison books. I'm done with this show. I've had enough of 2024 in this damn show. Good night, everybody.
Dave, congratulations to you. We'll see you guys all. I'll see you guys if you want. Tune in. Mad Spidey's. Spidey's out back tonight. Even though he's saying God damn it times 2. Hey, all I have to say is, Spidey, you and your cohorts are the ones who keep choosing the books that go into this box. So it's kind of on you guys. Yeah, and there we go. Guys, I hope that your 2024 was wonderful, and whether it was or wasn't, I hope your 2025 is phenomenal. And with that, we bid you do collect what you like. Don't listen to anybody, especially me, just a fat man with a fat sack of comics and a fat opinion